Liam, a tough defeat over at Odsal on Good Friday, meaning that we fell to 1-1 in the Betfred Championship with defeat by our dear rivals Betfred Bulls on a heavy field, on a short field. A disappointment with the performance overall.
We've obviously reviewed the performance and we've identified areas we need to fix up as a group, as a whole, everybody included, staff. And yeah, we move on to this week and make sure we get that to the back of our mind, and look forward to this week and see what we can improve on in those areas that we've identified.
We had a massive period of dominance, so obviously we fought our way back into the lead, but we had a lot of pressure on their line, didn't manage to get over the line, and then seemed to be chasing the game, not being able to get out of our own half. Was that something that you focused on at half time, like keep the patience and it'll come? But obviously you couldn't have expected the pressure that we put under in the second half.
Yeah. We've, like I said, we've identified areas that we need to speak about that were in our control, and we've moved on, and we've worked on them on Tuesday, and we'll work on them again before we play Batley. And we're all eyes on Batley now, and moving on to this week.
We had two Leeds dual reg players in there, Kieran Hudson and Jack Smith. How do you feel they went for the team?
Obviously, young lads coming into a different environment, so I was happy with the way they came into the group, and again they'll be better moving forward, and we'll be at some point we'll be using them again, and we'll look forward to welcoming them back, and hoping that they'll come back in better circumstances, and I'm sure they'll keep improving and they'll help us throughout the season, definitely.
Yeah, you mentioned better circumstances. We saw Kieran Hudson go down despite a really good, encouraging early performance with what looked like a bad injury, failed his HIA. Any other injuries to come from that game? We saw Greg Eden have to leave the field in the second half. Any updates on that, and anyone that might be looking close to a return?
No, Greg obviously went off in that game, but we're it's more of a looking after him and making sure that we don't do too much damage. So Greg will be looked after with a view to hopefully getting him out there on the field, and other than Kieran, no, we're good.
Moving on to this Sunday then, it's our first Betfred Championship League home game of the season. Batley Bulldogs coming into the Shay. Obviously they themselves suffered a Good Friday defeat, so we're likely to see two sides doing everything they can to ensure that they don't suffer another one this Sunday.
Yeah, we're expecting a good Batley team as they always are. We're expecting a strong challenge. They're historically a top 6 championship team, so we know the players that they've got and the ability they've got within it. We need to make sure that we're on our game and we improve the areas that we've identified going into this week to give ourselves the best chance.
Obviously it's the first rematch between the two teams since the 1895 Cup final at Wembley, although things are different, both sides, new coaches, new players, new halves all across the field. How much do you think that'll be in the back of the memory, and how much do you think that'll sting them wanting to get their revenge over the Panthers?
Yeah, not too much really. I don't think that'll influence the game whatsoever, to be honest with you. I think it's a new season. They've got a few new faces in there, and they're trying to find their feet a little bit with the new group. So yeah, I can't see that influencing too much. We just know they've got some good individual players that have been there for a while, and some good recruits that have come in, and we need to make sure we're prepared properly to face that.
It feels like a long time since we've had a home league game. The fans will be raring to go back at the Shay. Let's hope they get there in numbers and get behind the boys as they usually do, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. We always appreciate the fans and getting behind us, and we do our best to try and entertain. We obviously at times we don't always get it right, but the effort's always there, and there's no reason. I've got no reason to question the effort that this group's put in so far for me at any point, and I don't see that changing in the future. So I back the lads to give their best week to week and keep improving. If we do that, we'll give ourselves a chance on Sunday.
You keep mentioning the areas we need to fix up. If it's not effort, what would you say is one area that we really need to focus on to ensure that we get victory over the Bulldogs?
Well, I don't really want to go into too much detail because, well, I don't really need to. But yeah, we know what we need to improve. We know where we need to improve. Lads know what they need to do, and they know the challenge that Batley bring, and that goes hand in hand with what Batley are bringing this week. So yeah, if we get that right, we'll have a chance going into the last 10 minutes of winning the game.